voting. Now, what if the targeted MP, Stephen Chung, does not respond to us or decline to accept the forum? Then on the expiry of that offer, we will just move straight on to the recall vote. Now, the recall vote will be another link where the 3% who voted earlier need to also come in and cast their vote, either yes or no. Yes or no. And the voting period will be for 1 month, 30 days. 30 days. So they can vote during the 30 days in the safety and comfort of their home through the mobile phone or through the laptop. The whole process will take about 2 minutes, and afterwards we will showcase to you the very first petitioner, Mr. Teo Eng Yun, the chairman of the Tebrau PKR division, will be the first petitioner to cast his vote online, and he will be sharing screen afterwards so that we can see that whole process, how it works. And if everything goes smoothly, it should take about 2 minutes, 2 minutes for that to happen. So we want to, at this time, invite YB Jimmy Kwa, who is the Deputy Chairman of PKR Johor, the initiator of this recall for Tebrau, to just share with us what he has in mind regarding this campaign. So over to you, YB Jimmy. You're muted.
Okay. Thank you, Thomas, and thank you to all who are able to attend this virtual PC this afternoon. First of all, let me congratulate PERSE 2.0 for this great initiative that they have taken on the civil movement side to try to alter, at least, or to improve the public perception of which is, to me, an all-time low of what is happening in our country, especially the electoral system. After the so-called Sheraton move, I think we have taken a huge trust deficit among our Malaysians, on our politicians, our election system and democratic values. And it is indeed timely that at least something is moving, be it from the civil movement side, at least trying to give a lift back to Malaysians that there is still hope, that there is still something we can do to actually make those people that we elected accountable for whatever action that they have taken. This simulated recall election is a great impetus that PERSE and I have been discussing for quite some time. And I'm glad that it has come to fruition today. And we have seen this thing move on in other places. For example, it has been done very successfully in Kaohsiung recently, where the recall exercise has been done remarkably, gained a lot of sensation, a lot of attention, and actually a lot of people in Taiwan were very happy with the outcome. And it's timely, of course, that we too in Malaysia should embrace this. The process has been streamlined, of course, by PERSE over the course of a few months that we have been discussing. And in fact, actually, I am quite pleased that they have actually added the additional layer whereby
I think we may have lost YB Jimmy for now due to his internet connection. So we'll just give him a few moments to join back. So as while we are waiting for YB Jimmy to come back, as he mentioned, recently there was a very highly publicized recall election in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, where the mayor of Kaohsiung was recalled for breaking his promise. I think that showcased basically what happened and why recall election is important. in Malaysia obviously was due to the Sheraton move a year over ago. The mass defections of members of parliament led to the collapse of the federal government in Malaysia for the first time. Now, that basically opened up a new chapter in Malaysian politics, whereby this will become the norm unless we do something to stop it. We do something to reform the political system so that it makes it more difficult, more any MP that want to defect will think twice about doing it. So this is an advocacy pushed by Bersih with the hope that whoever comes to power, become government, will make this into law so that power is returned back to the voters. So we are doing this simulation for that purpose. So now I see that YB Jimmy has rejoined us. So I hand over back to Jimmy right now.
Sorry, Thomas, my apology. The line is cut off just then. Basically, I just want to summarize. So I think that it's high time that that the power is given back to the people for them to put a stop to all this nonsense. Malaysia needs an anti-hopping law or something similar to what we are trying to do recourse election, some kind of mechanism for the voters to have a say when something obviously like what is happening has started going on. For me, I do not wish to talk about politics. I'm speaking here as a citizen as well. As a Malaysian, as a voter, I am devastated when my representative has betrayed my trust, has betrayed my vote, because I clearly voted for A and it turned out he wanted to do B. This is not what I wanted. This is not why I voted. So to have a mechanism actually for me to have a say in this, I think is wonderful. And it is on this basis that I hope whole Malaysian, especially at this stage, the Tebrau voter can join us in this endeavor and make Tebrau a success and be the showcase for other places who are, I'm very sure, are also deeply keen to participate in the same SIA. Okay, thank you, Bersih. Thank you very much, Thomas.
Thank you, YB, Jimmy. So right now, we're going to have an opportunity to see how this petition works. And so for that, I'd like to invite Mr. Teo Eng Yun. He is the current chairman of the PKR division for Tebrau, the division that saw the defection of YB Stephen Chung. So Mr. Teo, if you are ready, we will allow you to share screen. And then you can just share screen to the page and then start the process.
Thomas, I'm going to the share. You need to click the share. Now I'm going to the share.
Yeah. Can we enable Mr. Teo to be co-host?
Eddie, tolong Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on. Mr. Teo, are you able to share screen?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you share screen?
I really click the share button. Can you see this page? Bersih one. Stage
Not
one.
yet. No, we can't see yet. No, we are still not seeing your screen. Okay. I think after you click on the share screen, you need to select the window that contains the process, sack, or keep campaign. After you select that, then you click share again. Okay, we can see it now.
Can you see what I see on the process stage 1?
We can, but it is on what we call portrait mode, and it is like the handphone. You think you can switch it to landscape mode?
How you switch to landscape?
Just turn your phone to landscape format. Because I think with this, it will be hard for you to type in anything. Yeah, the center button is locked. So if you can tap, that's right. That's right. Then you turn your phone. That's right. Okay, here we are. We can see now. That's good. Go ahead. Enter your IC number. And then the mobile number. So this, for every registered voter of Tebrau, they will be able to take part in this. Only registered voter as per during GE14. GE14. There's a mistake. It should be a dot, not a comma. Gmail dot. That's right. And we give an option for you to opt out of any communication from us, which means that we won't store your email, but we encourage you to leave the tick on so that we can stay in touch with you, but more importantly, to send you a reminder when we do stage two of this simulated recall election. We will send you an email for that. That's right. So leave it on. Then after that, you can agree and continue. And we will then go on to the next page where we have the verification of your identity. So Mr. Teo will now need to upload, first of all, a copy of his IC, an image of his IC, which would be taken earlier and kept in his folder. The IC, that's right. Select. No, I think you just need to do it again. Select the IC. Then the top, select the word select. Top right hand corner, select. That's right. And then the second one will be a selfie photo. A selfie photo of Mr. Teo. So what happens here is that An OTP, one-time password, will be sent to Mr. Teo's phone right now. So the system is such that not only does it do facial recognition live between the IC photo and Mr. Teo's selfie, but it also checks the image of the IC number with the IC number that he entered earlier. So there is a security measure there. So now the OTP has been entered. So click next, vote on petition. And it's checking. If it fails, if somebody who is not a very registered voter of Tebrau, this is where they will be rejected. So now the petition is there. He's true. He can go down and just click tick. I hereby agree that Stephen Chung Xiao Yung should be recalled, removed as the Member of Parliament for P158 Tebrau. Then click vote on petition. And that's done. Petition submitted successfully. So we will need to collect 3% of registered voters petition, online signature of registered voter of Tebrau for us to then move to the next stage. Okay, so if we continue to scroll down, then we are also doing a fundraising in this case. So after you voted, if you want to support this project, you can scan the QR code or bank in direct to Brussels just to help us sustain and maintain this campaign. So that is all. Thank you, Mr. Teo. You can stop sharing now. Thank you. So if we see, Mr. Teo now is the first is the first petitioner. Yeah, you can stop sharing, Mr. Teo. Yeah. That's right. Thank you. Yeah. So as we can see, the process, if it's conducted smoothly, it should be less than 2 minutes for someone to cast a vote securely in this process. And once we have hit 3%, we will notify the petitioner that we have reached 3% and these are genuine voters of Tebrau. Then we will go on to invite YB Stephen Chung and also the petitioner to come together for a forum online to explain to them, to the voters why they should be kept as the MP or why he should be removed as the MP for Tebrau. So that's the process. Then after that, we will go on to the recall vote itself, where we want to see voters of Tebrau from both those who want to keep YB Stephen and those who want to sack him to cast their vote. Yes or no? Yes or no? And after 1 month, we will open up the result. Brussels ourselves, we will not know the ongoing result. The system is such that we would not know how the vote is progressing. But at the end of the 30 days, when we open up, if there is more yes vote to sack YB Stephen Chung, and more than 10% in total of Tebrau voter participated in this exercise, Tebrau has 123,000 voters during the last election. That means we need 12,300 registered voter of Tebrau taking part in this exercise. Then Brussels will declare that if we have a recall election law, there is a high probability that YB Stephen Chung would be sacked. But if the no vote is higher, then we will say there is a high probability that Stephen Chung will not be sacked because the voters of Tebrau supported what his decision to defect from his party. So this is not only a campaign to sack, but it is also an opportunity for YB Stephen himself to campaign and prove that what he did had the support of the majority of voters of Tebrau. And this is a way for people to affirm his decision, or to disagree with that, then they can vote second. So I think that is the process that will be running. Okay, so I think with that we will want to open up to members of the media who are present with us in this Zoom room to ask any questions that you may have.
Hi, I'm Geraldine from Malaysia, Kini. I just want to know, you mentioned the petition, you want to collect at least 3% of the voters in Tebrau. Is that like a period of time that you are opening this petition for, or just as long as it takes to reach 3%?
Yes, there is no time period for this 3% petition. They can take as much time as they want to reach the 3%. But in reality, I think if they are not able to gather even 3% of the votes within a very short time of a few weeks or 1 month, then there is no point that the process will go further, because it will be as good as being defeated. It shows that not many people in Tebrau wants to remove Stephen Chung. So there's no time limit for that. And any other question? Anyone would like to add in, whether from Bresse or from PKR Tebrau?
Yeah, I think for the press, the online petition is now open starting from today. So the voters in Tebrau can actually now log in to recall.perse.org to sign the petition. So it's starting today.
Yeah, if we can show the slide with the address and the QR code to the page, then we can let the viewers have a look at that. Are we able to?
Okay, while waiting for that one, there is a question from FE. What are the languages available? Thomas?
Okay, for this recall election, we have 2 languages, the national language, Bahasa Malaysia, and also in English. So on the page itself, if I were to, I'm not able to share screen, but if you were to look at it, the page on the top right-hand corner, by default it's in English, but if you want to read it in Malay, you can change the language to Bahasa Malaysia. But for the form, if you notice just now when Mr. Teo was filling up the form, he was there was two language being shown. So if we have a look at it, so you see over here, English or Malay. Okay, so we can switch between the two. And so this is the page, the recall.berse.org page. And now the first campaign that we have is for P.158 Tebrau, and we are in phase 1. So if there are other campaigns, then they will be listed down here as well. They will be listed down here as well. So now to access the Tebrau page, we just click here, and here we are. All right.
Thomas, if you refresh your cache, then it'll show 2 votes. Yeah, there we go.
That's right. So there are already 2 voters right now for this petition. So we come here, then we have the information on Tebrau, the member of Parliament for Tebrau, the bit of background about him, and how this process works, the role of Bresse. The role of Bresse in this is basically we are the electoral committee. We act as if the election commission would act. And so we would take a very non-partisan position. We do not campaign for someone to be sacked. We only create the platform and manage the process. That's all. And so we have the views of different people who have commented on the recall election. Okay, so this is the process. So once you want to vote, then you click Undi petition, and this is where Mr. Teo just now fill in his IC. I can't vote because I'm not a voter of Tebrau. And let's say if I were to type something, you know, just anything. And I try to vote. So straight away it tells you, okay, first of all, it tells me that my number is not valid. Let's try again. And it's checking the database, and it tells me Anda tidak layak mengundi di kawasan ini because I'm not a registered voter of Tebrau. So the system is quite secure in that way. Any other question? Anything you would like to add, YB Jimmy or Mr. Teo?
Yeah, just like to add a small thing here. Of course, as the party that won this P158 election, of course, we at Keadilan are committed, of course, to ensure and to cooperate to assist in this campaign. We will, of course, mobilize our full force. But at the end of the day, I think this is also a civil movement. I think it will only be meaningful if the signature and the movement and the cooperation come from all sides, not just from the political sides. I think there is a deep sense of we are trying to create an awareness and a sense of responsibility, sense of empowerment to the people. So, of course, we will, of course, assist, but I think there's a deeper meaning to this whole thing, that the people have the power actually to do something. And this is one step that we ought to take. And yeah, so I think, of course, we will assist, but I hope it's more than that. Of course, as Thomas said, Bersay is acting like EC, so they cannot really partake in this thing. But I think other civil society movement, the public should take this very seriously, even though it's just a simulation or mock. It will not, of course, change anything. Stephen will be, end of the day, still be the Emperor Parliament for Tebrau regardless. But it's an awareness thing, it's an educational thing, and it's a good start. And I urge all Malaysians, especially those that are eligible, to participate and spread the words around. And if this is successful, of course, in Tebrau, then I think our election commission should actually seriously take a look, very serious look at this. And it might be able to implement it or give recommendation to whoever is the government of the day. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. So on our part, we will create an awareness that this campaign has started for Tebrau. So we'll be sending out graphics and also links whereby people can take part in the petition. And even when it comes to the recall vote later on, should we reach that stage, Bersay would also let people know that this election is on. But we do encourage people to make use of the social media to come up with their own poster, whether they believe that Stephen Chung should be sacked or whether they believe that Stephen Chung should be kept. They should campaign on both sides to ensure that there is a reflection of both sides' view, whether to keep him or to sack him, right? So social media, I think, is an obvious way, but of course through WhatsApp as well. When the links are sent out, if you forward to your friends, who are voters of Tebrau. By the way, I have to emphasize, only for voters of Tebrau, then you can take part in this thing. All right. So I think that's all we have today. Any other questions?
There is the question in chat box.
Okay. Okay, the question is that is 10% of total voters good enough justification to sack or keep an MP? This is not, this is a simulated recall election. So the threshold that we are using for this simulation is different from Brussels' recommendation for a recall election law. Okay, for the recall election law, the process that we are recommending is that to trigger a recall, we first of all need a 1% signature to petition. Then the election commission will then come into the picture, whereby you will then have to collect another 10% signature. And after the 10%, the election commission will run the election where at least 50% or more of voters of Tebrau has to take part in the recall election, or the yes vote to remove the MP has to be more than what he collected the last time. So it is not going to be so easy, the actual recall election recommendation. But because this is a simulation run by Brussels during a time of pandemic, we decided to give people a sampler of what a recall election is like. So this is not what we are recommending for Malaysia. A recall election should not be too easy. It should not be too easy to remove a sitting member of parliament or DUN. So I think that threshold is subject to adjustment before it becomes law. Okay, there is a counter. How do voters know how many voters are needed to move to the next phase? As you can see just now, the number who voted was 2. So the target for the 3% registered voter of Tebrau would be around 3,700. So there should be a counter also there that tells you how far we are from 3,700 or whatever the actual number is. So that's how we will know. And I think also for the recall vote as well, we do not know the yes or no vote. That will not be revealed until the end of polling 30 days later, but we would know how many people took part in that voting process. And again, 10% for Tebrau would come to 12,300 voters need to take part in the recall vote. Now, given that this is a time of pandemic and this is just a mock, and I do not believe that this is an easy threshold to reach, but I do hope that the petitioner and also the YB Stephen Chung side as well would encourage the people to cast votes during that period, so that it shows that democracy is very much alive and people have a chance to participate even in this simulated exercise. Thank you. Any other question from the Zoom room here? If not, then I will call this press conference to a close. Thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. If we can just show the screen, the slide again of the of the link and the QR code. That's right, recall.bresay.org. There you'll find the link to the Tebrau vote, or you can just right now scan with your mobile phone. It will bring you to the same link. Okay, so thank you very much for your attendance today, and we wish the petitioner, the PKR division of Tebrau, all the best as you campaign to get voters of Tebrau to express themselves through this simulated recall election. Thank you very much. Have a good day.